Hey y'all, welcome back to Moments with Miss Amy. I am so glad you joined me. Well, I just wanted to pop in today and talk to you a little bit about some of the things that I've been experiencing lately, and I know that I'm not the only one. Right now, as we're headed into the holidays, which makes everyone so cheery and so happy, right? Not exactly, and not exactly everyone. So right now, oh my lands, I have been experiencing, like, not just me feeling it, but seeing it around me and people around me feeling this like anger, like, oh my gosh, there's just, I don't know, there's just a lot of excitement and energy in the air. But sometimes that excitement and energy can also have a tension and stress to it. And so a lot of times when that happens, we end up acting out or reacting differently than we might react at different times of the year. And so right now I wanted to speak about that one. I wanted to speak a little bit about holiday rage. Yeah, for real. I think it's an actual symptom. I think it's actually something out there, and I think it's something that we need to be aware of and prepare for. So let me pop in just for a second with a scripture, because y'all know I am. And today's scripture that's going to share a little bit about that is Proverbs 29:11. Fools give full vent to their rage, but the wise bring calm in the end. So yeah, am I saying that people that are full of rage are fools? Well, I don't know, y'all, but like I've been out, I've been driving, and I've seen people like just zipping in between and just barely missing my car. Let me tell you what, that rage starts to come up in me, and I'm like, y'all, do you not understand? You're going to cause an accident. That is not what I want to happen. Number one, I don't want to be in an accident. Number two, I don't want to see an accident. And number three, ain't nobody got time for that, right? So it slowed down and I just get so angry, but then I realize, that if I act out in anger, honking my horn or pulling right up on their butt at the next stoplight or cutting them off myself, all I'm doing is being a fool. I am. Acting out in rage, it's not right. It doesn't help the situation at all. Unfortunately, people are going to be out there. They're going to do what they're going to do. The best thing that we can do is check ourselves before we wreck ourselves. Exactly. We need to make sure that we're being careful with our own attitude, with our own stress. Y'all know I've popped on before and talked about the fact of making sure that there's enough time that we have to get to what we need to be able to do what we need to, those kind of things, and making sure that we are prepared for ourselves for the situation, right? So like when I know I have a chiropractor's appointment, I know I need to leave earlier than I normally would leave right now because of so much more holiday traffic. We're down here in Central Florida. Let me tell you what, I have learned, like everybody comes to Florida, especially Central Florida, during the holidays. I'm serious. Like the weather starts to turn up north, I cannot blame them. But man, it starts getting cold up there. They all coming down here. So everybody's here. So then you got even more traffic. And then you have people coming who don't normally drive in traffic. So that means that they're trying to figure out where they're going on their little GPS, and they're talking with their family, and they're trying to look around and see the palm trees and all this kind of stuff at the same time as dealing with the traffic. So instead of driving 65 like it's posted, they're driving 48. And we're all coming flying up on their backside and hitting brakes, and it's craziness. And you just get filled with so much. People learn how to drive or take an Uber, which works out really good for me because I'm an Uber and Lyft driver, okay? I'm not going to lie. It's a benefit when they're like, yeah, I'm not driving in this traffic. I'm going to take a ride. I'm like, yes, please. You do that, But we have to realize that the things that are happening around us will affect us no matter what. I mean, we can try not to allow it to, but it is going to affect us. So if we are careful to set things in place so that we're less apt to go into a rage and we can be a little bit calmer, that makes us so much wiser, because in the end, that calmness is a definite win for everyone. Now, I've also noticed it's not just driving, okay? There is a lot more tension because I think we're getting together with family a little bit more and planning things out to get together. And sometimes there's the financial stress that comes down weighing upon us because, oh, I want to buy this thing for someone or that thing for someone, and it was supposed to be delivered and it's not here yet, and all of those kind of things that cause even a little bit more tension and stress. Then we're getting together with people who are also having the tension and stress. This is causing friction, okay? And when that friction happens, sometimes it's the littlest thing that can set someone else off. And it's so important that we are a little bit more cautious, a little bit more tempered. Now, I'm going to tell you, in our family, sarcasm is practically our first language. For real. All of us, our family's really bad about it. And I do know that sarcasm is unhealthy. But for some reason, it is something that we still kind of, have to watch ourselves because we do have the habit of bringing it out. But what we have to watch is when we're around other people, friends and family, that are not used to sarcasm. For my husband, my son, my daughter, us, we can be sarcastic. We can say something to each other and no feelings are hurt. But if somebody's not accustomed to it, not around it, their feelings get hurt like this. And I look and I realize, I'm like, oh, shouldn't have said that. So then I have to step up and I have to apologize and be like, I'm sorry, that was a bit sarcastic. And whereas, there's always a bit of truth in everything, I really didn't mean to hurt you like that. And so learning how to temper what we say, how to prepare things, how to take other people's feelings into account. Because it's not just about us. We have to be concerned about other people's feelings. Now, not to the point of that everything's just going to revolve around other people, because y'all, in my family, it all needs to revolve around me. I'm just saying. I'm playing, kind of, okay? But we do need to make sure that we take into account other people and their feelings to an extent. You don't have to stop your world to make sure that somebody else's life is all perfect, because you know what? If they're wearing their heart on their sleeve that much, then it's going to get hurt no matter what. But we do need to be considerate. So during this time, during these holidays, while things are a little bit more stressful, things are a little bit busier, a little bit more active, there's a little bit more excitement, tension, stress, all that kind of stuff going on, maybe try to make sure you're just a little bit more aware of others and how they're doing, so that you're a little bit less apt to say or do something that hurts someone's feelings or makes them angry, which then causes them to go into a rage. Because I'm sure while we would much prefer someone else acts the fool in a rage, it's still not right. We don't need to act the fool in a rage, and we don't need to provoke someone else into that either. Not a healthy situation. So learning how to not even just diffuse the situation, because that's a good thing. If you can help to diffuse a situation, you go for that. But what about if you make sure not to even create that situation? That's an even better thing. Be a little bit more understanding and make sure, like I said, not just the driving, in everything we're doing, be a little bit considerate of time. If someone's put in the effort and they're creating a dinner for you and it's a holiday meal and they want everybody to be there and they say 6 p.m., y'all don't show up at 7:30. Okay, that's just wrong. Not even 6:30. If they say 6 p.m., you be there at 6 p.m. or a few minutes beforehand. Or if it's a situation that you can and that they would be open to having somebody come in last minute to help out, why don't you go in just a little bit early? We did that at Thanksgiving. Well, I planned on it at Thanksgiving. That's right. Nope. Did not get there early enough to help out. But you know what we did? We stayed and we helped out afterwards and helped with cleaning up the kitchen and doing up some of those dishes. Because you know what? It's amazing when someone puts on an event for us to be able to attend. But y'all, if we don't think about the fact that we could help them out financially towards that event, or we could help them out beforehand with preparation, or we could help them afterwards with cleaning up. Like, those are all things that we can pour in to help other people so that they don't wear themselves out. Because one of the things that I have learned is when we wear ourselves out, when we push ourselves past that point and we're doing way too much, we're a lot more apt to flip into a rage, a lot more apt to get angry or hurt over something that normally would never have affected us. So guys, this holiday season, how about if we all just step up a little bit? We make sure that we pay attention to our time. We're not rushing it last minute to cause more issues. We're not coming in late making someone feel devalued and unimportant because we didn't pay attention to their time schedule, and also making sure that we just kind of pay attention. Where can we help out a little bit? Where can we assist so that we're not the only ones that are not living a life where we're pushed to a point of stress and anger? Let's see if we can't go into this next year, all of us, a little bit more, I don't know, merry, holly, and jolly. So I want to thank you guys so much for joining me again. If you haven't already subscribed, please go ahead and do that. Don't forget to hit that bell so you'll know when my next video drops. And I want to thank you again for joining me for Moments with Miss Amy.